Once upon a time, in the heart of the Australian outback, I met an old man named Eddie. Eddie was a farmer who had lived on his land for over 6 decades. He was weathered by the sun and time, but his eyes sparkled with a fierce resilience. One day, as we sat under the vast open sky, Eddie shared with me the changes he had observed over the years. He spoke of how the seasons had shifted, the rains had become unpredictable, and the once fertile soil was now dry and barren. Eddie's story was a testament to the relentless march of climate change, a silent, invisible force altering the only home he had ever known. Climate change is not just a buzzword or a political debate, it is a reality that is reshaping our world in profound and irreversible ways. From the coral reefs of the Great Barrier Reef, bleaching at an alarming rate, to the increasing frequency and intensity of wildfires that ravage California, climate change is a global crisis that knows no borders. Take a moment to think about the last natural disaster you heard about on the news. Perhaps it was a hurricane, a flood, or a wildfire. Now consider this. Insured losses from natural catastrophes have increased by 250% in the last 30 years. Climate change is broadening the geography of risk, and the insurance industry is struggling to keep up. But climate change is not just about statistics and dollar signs, it is about people, like Eddie, whose lives are being upended. It is about the 8 young Australians who took their government to court, fighting for their future and the future of their planet. It is about the children marching on the streets of Glasgow, demanding action from world leaders. Their stories are a stark reminder of the human face of climate change. However, amid the gloom and doom, there is a glimmer of hope. Around the world, individuals, communities, and nations are rising to the challenge. They are pioneering innovative solutions, from renewable energy technologies to sustainable farming practices. They are proving that while climate change is a global problem, the solutions can be local and personal. Climate change is a complex issue, but it boils down to a simple truth. Our actions today will shape the world of tomorrow. So, as we confront this monumental challenge, we must ask ourselves, what kind of world do we want to leave behind for the generations to come? Are we willing to make the necessary changes, big and small, to ensure a sustainable and resilient future? The choice is ours to make. The time to act is now. Because, as Eddie wisely said, we don't inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. So, what will be your legacy?